Hey, what's up? This is going to be the first assignment in this class. It's not too terribly difficult. What you're going to put is 1.1, okay, because it's the first assignment from the first chapter. And put your name up there. You are going to hand in your notes. Here's how this works, okay? This sheet you have, these are going to be the problems on this first page. It says notes examples, so these are the examples I'm going to go over. On the back side is the assignment you're going to do. Now here's how I want the work organized, okay? On this assignment here, remember, follow directions. In your notebook, I want you to split the paper down the middle vertically, just like that. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Now split it halfway horizontally, so you have 4 boxes now. Then you're going to make a horizontal line there and a horizontal line there, so you have 8 boxes, okay? Reason we want to do this, each problem is going to have its own box, okay? So I can see your work, see what you're doing, and help you if you need it, so I can see what your work is. Okay, evaluate the expression. Put example 1, okay? 13n, and then after the semicolon you see n equals 3. Well, what you're going to do on evaluate the expression, you need to replace the n variable. N's a variable, it represents a number, and the number it represents is 3. So you're going to put a 3 where the n's at. But you need to put an operation sign. By the way, there's 4 basic operations: plus, minus, times, and division, okay? Plus, minus, times, division. Well, if you don't have one of those operation signs, you need to put a times dot, okay? When I don't have the operation sign, you put times, and you substitute 3 where the n's at. Then you just take 13 times 3. You can use a calculator for that. That's 39, okay? Circle 39, that's our answer. Okay, in our next problem we have 18, and then a line, and then x. 18x over x, and x equals 6. So we do this time, we put 18, we draw the line, and we put 6 in where the x is at. Now that operation stands for division, okay? Any line means it's division, okay? So when I divide, I'm dividing 18 by 6. It's like you have $18, you split it amongst 6 people. How much money does each person get? So if you know that, write the answer. If you don't, use a calculator. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Okay, next one. Y plus 4, y equals 3. Okay, so we're going to substitute 3 where the y is at, so 3 plus 4. And I know I'm going to plus here, so 3 plus 4 is 7. That's the answer. Really, it goes pretty quick. 11 minus y, y equals 9.3. So put 9.3 where the y is at. You have 11 minus 9.3. So we're obviously going to minus. Minus is the operation. That's 1.7. Okay, our next problem, 3 plus x. X equals 13. So put 13 in place of the x. So we have 13, or sorry, my bad, keep it in order, 3. Plus, now substitute 13 where x is at. So 3 plus 13 is 16. Okay. All right, next one, y minus 2, y equals 18. So I put 18 where y is at, minus 2. Okay, 18 minus 2 equals 16. Okay, next one, we have 20, and then an underline k. K equals 0.2. So we replace k with 0.2. So remember what the line means. It means we divide. Now when you divide, you need to divide the top number by the bottom number. You got to punch the top number in first, divided by the bottom number, okay? 100. Now, when you divide, you normally think the number gets smaller, but when I'm dividing by a decimal number that's less than one whole, 0.2 is less than one whole. When you divide a number by something less than one whole, the number gets bigger. That's how that works. Okay. Next one. 40WW equals 0.5. Okay, so I have 40. Remember, now I need to put my own operation sign. If there's no sign between the 40 and the variable w, you put a dot, because that means we're going to multiply. Don't put an x, put a dot. Okay, 20 times 0.5, or 40 times 0.5, my bad. 40 times 0.5 is 20. Okay. Now, our 8 boxes are filled. I turn the page over. And don't worry about running out of paper in your notebook. You see up there, I have so many notebooks up there. If you run out in the middle of a class, you just ask to borrow notebooks. Okay? I can easily keep replenishing the supply. So again, split it, split it, split it, split it. That's how we do this. Okay? You need to organize your work. Okay, 4C, C equals 7.3. So we have 4, and remember it's 4 times C, 4 times 7.3, and 4, remember now 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times 7.3 means it's going to be higher than 28, 29.2. Okay, next one, 8 over C, C equals 4. So you have 8, 4. Now some people might be saying, well, that's a fraction. Yeah, but a fraction means this, you can divide it, okay? Remember that line means division. 8 divided by 4. Make sure it's 8 divided by 4 and not 4 divided by 8, because see, I got different answers, okay? You got to do the top divided by the bottom, 2. It's on top, it comes first in the division operation. Division is not commutative, meaning it matters what order that it's divided. Okay, 15 plus B. B equals 30, so we're going to put 30 in for B. So 15 plus 30, 15 plus 30 is 45. Okay, next one, x divided by 5, x equals 0.3. So put 0.3 in for x divided by 5. So 0.3 divided by 5 is 0.06. Okay, now we're on to something different. So we have 5. Here's how do you read that with the little 2 up there? It's not 5 times 2, okay? When you got a little number up to the top right, that's an exponent. It's called a power, okay? 5 to the second power. Here's what that means. You don't take 5 times 2. What you do is you take 2 5s. The reason there's 2 of them is because the exponent's 2, okay? 5 is called your base, so that big base number, you write that out by how many times you have the exponent. And then you always multiply, okay? 5 times 5 is 25. Okay. All right, next one, 7 to the power of 3. So I put 7, 7, 7. This time there's 3 because the exponent's 3. And I multiply 7 times 7 times 7. Okay, 343. Okay, next one, 0.7 to the power of 4. So my base is a decimal, that's okay, I write it out 4 times. And I multiply. If you run into the next square, that's okay. Okay. So 0.7 times 0.7 times 0.7 times 0.7. 0.2401, okay? By the way, that's 2,401 10,000ths is how that is said. You don't need to write that, but okay, 9 to the power of 5. So I've got 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 5 of them because the exponent's 5, and I multiply. Okay, so 9 times 9 times 9 times 9, 5 of them, 59,049. Next page. Make them boxes. Okay, we have a fraction this time, 1/2 to the third power. Now I know a lot of people don't like fractions, you don't understand them. This isn't that big a deal, okay, this problem. What you do is you make a line, and what you're going to do is write 1 down 3 times because the exponent's 3. And then on the bottom you're going to write 2 down 3 times because the exponent's 3 equals. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. It doesn't matter how many 1s there are. When they're all 1s, the product is 1. 2 times 2 times 2 gives me a product of 8, so 1/8. Okay. Next one. 3/4 to the third. So I make a fraction, and I put 3 times 3 times 3, and on bottom, 4 times 4 times 4. Again, I'm doing each one 3 times because of the power is 3. So 3 times 3 times 3 gives me a product of 27. Now 4 times 4 times 4, again, you're more than welcome to use your calculator, 64. So 27 over 64. Okay, and then we have 2/7 to the second power. So line, 2 is the base and 7 is the base, but we need 2 down 2 2's and 2 7's. 2 times 2 is 4, 7 times 7 is 49, 4 49's. Okay, now you're going to do substitution with exponents. We have x to the third power, x equals 1/3. Now, when you're going to put 1/3 in place of the x, but when the x has a power with it, see up here we didn't have any powers, but when x has a power with it, I want you to put it in parentheses, then make the substitution, 1/3 to the third. Okay, and then it's just like these problems up here. 1 and 3 are the bases, so 1 times 1 times 1, 3 times 3 times 3. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Okay. Next one, we have h to the second power, h equals 1.3. Again, the variable has an exponent, so you want to put it in parentheses, 1.3 to the second. So 1.3 is the base, okay? You put 2 of them and you multiply, okay? 1.69 is the answer. Okay, now the next one, we have 7x to the third power, x equals 2. So again, the variable has an exponent, so parenthesize it, and you have 7, 2 to the third. Now, you're like, well, what do I do about this? Well, circle the power and figure that out. Okay, the power comes first. So 2, 2, 2, 3, because it's a third power. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And you have 7 still. That's not your answer, though, because you still have the 7. Now, if there's not an operation sign, again, you automatically put the dot for multiplication. So you just replace the 2 to the third power with the 8. And 7 times 8 gives me a product of 56. But you have to do the power first. You can't take 7 times 2 first, okay? You got to evaluate 2 to the third power, 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Okay, then our last example, 10x to the second, x equals 1. So again, if the variable has an exponent, you put it in parentheses. So 10, put a times dot, and then 1 to the second, because we know that's times. But we have to do the power first. So 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 10 times 1, and that's 10. Okay, now flip the paper over. And you write 1.1 assignment, and then make your boxes, and go from there, okay? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that.